Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm especially excited for today's video because I am a huge fan of Psych. Even though I had no idea that there was going to be a new film being released this year until like 2 months ago. To be fair though, I thought that the new film wasn't going to be released until 2022, but I'm very glad to be mistaken. Before I continue with the video, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like to hear my opinions on various films, TV shows, and even books. So anyways, today's video will be on Psych 3, This Is Gus. The Psych franchise holds a very special place in my heart, so today I'm here to answer the question, does Psych 3, This Is Gus continue to capture the essence of the show? For those of you who don't know, Psych started off as a TV show about Sean Spencer, who pretends to be a psychic detective when really he's just got awesome observation skills and an eidetic memory. The show spanned 8 seasons, and with the release of Psych 3, it's got 3 films as well. So Psych 3 picks up where Psych 2 ended. Gus and Selene are set to be married before she gives birth to baby Guster. But there's an issue. Selene was previously married to another dude, and then there's the problem of like locating him and getting him to sign the divorce papers. So naturally, Sean and Gus take it upon themselves to track down the estranged husband and uncover more of Selene's mysterious past. It's got everything: drama, character development, disguises, comedy, snappy one-liners, pop cultural references, a Psych universe intro that's kind of like the MCU intro, a puppet that looks like Urkel, and Kurt Smith. So Psych 3 might be my favorite Psych film to date. Don't get me wrong, I love Psych 1 and Psych 2, but I don't think I ever cracked up as much as I did in those 2 films than I did for this one. From the very first scene, I got what I loved the most about Psych, Sean and Gus's dynamic. They may be older, but they're definitely not any wiser or more mature, for the most part.
Toffee.
Suck it, Tavi. Tick Tov. Suck it, Tov. Suck Tov.
But it's not just completely like hilarious and full-on comedy all the time. From the very beginning, we're met with emotional scenes between characters, and that's what I love, you know? Like, yes, it's primarily a comedy, but you grow attached to these characters, and then like you see them grow too. So since this is technically the spoiler-free part, like I won't go too in-depth about the details, but Lassiter-in-Chief Vic's character arcs in the film were just amazing, especially Chief Vic. I always felt like we never went too beyond the surface with her in the show, but we got to see more than just her tough love exterior in the film, and I love that. Of course, as always, Schulz, which is the ship name for Sean and Juliet. Like, they hold my heart. A lot of the time, writers usually put a married couple through angst just for like intrigue and drama, but I like that they were just your regular married couple in the film. They had one minor argument, but they were still very much in love and on the same page with major life decisions. The mystery / case to be solved in the film like wasn't too complex or mind-blowing, like I'll admit. I feel like the focus on the film was more on the character development as well as the dynamic / relationship development between characters over plot development, which I didn't mind at all because it was still very much enjoyable to watch. There was still like some action going on and it was hilarious, especially near the end. With that being said, it wouldn't be Psych if there wasn't a boatload of pop cultural references.
Logical explanation.
Gus, don't be all the chalices that Indy didn't choose at the end of Last Crusade.
And the ridiculous nicknames.
Hello, kind sir. My name is Sean Spencer. This is my partner, Birdindahand and a Bush.
My name is not Birdindahand.
And a Bush. My name is Sean Spencer. This is my partner, Black Jack Arnold.
And on top of that, there are a few references to the previous films and events that happened in the show as well, so I love that continuity. But if you haven't seen the previous films or the show, it might be harder to appreciate those references. So to top off the spoiler-free part, I loved how integrated within the franchise the film was. The references to events that happened in previous films and in the show demonstrate that continuity. And the film, for me at least, it didn't feel like it was written as a 2-parter episode, but like an actual film, albeit one that privileges character development over plot development. And we are now entering the spoiler zone. So you guys know the drill. Don't watch this part of the video if you're planning on watching the film and haven't done so yet, or if you just don't want to be spoiled. So I just want to start off this part of the video with a mini montage of my favorite moments from the film.
Karen, may I call you that? I mean, in light of recent events?
I'm not changing my name.
Gus is really stepping his sophistication game up. What do you have in a Grenache?
Grenache? Well, that depends. How sophisticated are these two gentlemen?
Selene, stay put. Try not to give birth.
Gus, did you really try to take me out with a tiny present?
That's not the full list of my favorite moments in this film, but for the sake of time, I tried to narrow it down as much as I can. Also, I'm pretty sure there's only so many moments I can include in this video without infringing on fair use. But those were my favorite moments in the film. And another thing I loved was that we finally got to see Lily, aka Lassie's daughter. She was born near the end of the show, and this marks the first time we've seen her on screen since then. There was a little inconsistency I've noticed though. In the film, it's mentioned that Lily is 11 years old, but season 8 of Psych, which was when she was born, it happened in 2014, and we can assume that the current year reflects that of the film, which is 2021. So she's technically only 7 years old. Unless it's not really 2021 in the film, but 2025? I mean, like, this is just a minor detail that I didn't even pick up on until I watched the film like a second time around. And that inconsistency might be my only complaint. So in regards to the twist, well, it's not really a twist. I mean, yes, Alan Decker ended up killing the bad guy and was gonna pin it on Sean and Gus. I knew he was a little suspicious from the beginning, so I wasn't too surprised like when we got to that part. But I didn't really watch the film to be wowed by like intricate mystery building. The twist being predictable didn't take away from my enjoyment of the film. Like, I wanted to watch it for the chaos and comedy. The comedy, chaos, and unhingedness that I really loved came full force in the third act, which is when Selene goes into labor. Like, listen, labor itself is chaotic enough, but Gus is insistent that they get married before the baby comes. So this woman is full on crowning, and he finds several laptops in the microbrewery they're at, and had Father Wesley officiate a wedding through Zoom. And Kurt Smith is also there via Zoom. And then Sean is simultaneously like freaking out and trying to calm Selene down while helping deliver the baby. Oh my god. I thought comedic chaos like peaked in the show in season 7, episode 11, Office Space, but this part of the film just took the cake. I laughed so hard that my stomach was hurting, and I seriously can't recommend enough that you watch that episode again and then compare it to the birthing sequence in the film. Unhinged, unmatched, chaotic. It was everything. So yes, Psych 3, This Is Gus still continues to capture the essence of the show. It is just as hilarious, chaotic, and unhinged. But at the same time, it does have its moments that are emotional in a good way. They are characters, but they're characters you've grown to love and get attached to. I absolutely love the film, and I totally recommend that you watch it if you can. But that being said, since it's a sequel to the sequel, I would say watch the show first, then watch the films in chronological order so you're not confused and you can understand and appreciate the little jokes and references. I would love for nothing more than to have like a new Psych movie like every year or every other year, because this is my comfort comfort franchise. I'm gonna say comfort franchise because it's both like shows and films. But yes, I love it and I want more Psych films in the future. And that's the wrap on Psych 3, This Is Gus. My next video will be up by late December and it's gonna be on, drumroll please, Spider-Man No Way Home. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe.